Hey everybody, it's Monday. Duffy and I are on the porch and we're discussing the present COVID-19 situation. And you know, you've been watching the news and protests are growing and the government, local and federal, are trying desperately to figure out the best way to reopen our economy and allow us to go to restaurants and shop in stores and things like this. And you've also been seeing that there's a number of protests and such, and people are talking about when can we worship together again. And yes, it is our constitutional right to assemble. And I very much want to get back together again as quickly as we possibly can. I want you to know, though, that even now your church staff is very busy. We are working very hard to keep you informed and to keep things like this before you. And frankly, it's a huge learning curve trying to learn how to do all this. And yes, we are busy, and we are very grateful because you continue to give and to participate and to give us feedback. We will be dialoguing with you individually some and through this medium to talk about when we do reopen church and when we do start meeting together. I'm concerned. I know we have the right, and I know the government's trying to open things back up. I tend to be cautious, and here's two stories that I hope you'll understand. Once this virus arrives in a business, in a place, it grabs hold and it wreaks havoc. My friend, our own member, Brian Jones in Crown Healthcare Mobile, it seems like they went from 0 to 90 cases in a matter of no time. I wouldn't want that to happen here. And in texting and dialoguing with Brian a little bit, once it arrives, there's so little you can do about it. My other friend is the warden at the jail in Mobile. Trey and I have been friends for a number of years. And overnight it lands, it takes hold, and all of a sudden it spreads throughout the people who work and the people who are there for whatever reasons. And so I am concerned. I would not want this illness to land in one of our Sunday school classes or to come into our worship and all of a sudden we've got 20 people sick, and many of us are vulnerable. We are in that age range that we should be concerned. And so I'm going to be dialoguing with different ones of you for sure. My leadership in the church, your church staff, we will be talking, for we want to open up as quickly as we can. But we also want to be considerate of your health. We want to be cautious because we do not want this illness knocking at the doors for us on a Sunday morning and causing you to be sick. So here's what I'm hoping, is that you'll trust our leadership and trust your church staff to proceed cautiously and effectively toward the very best day for us to be together again. Our bishop in the meeting this afternoon discussed sometime mid-May might be a possibility, but it's going to be different. There's still going to be social distancing. Communion may look different. Taking up the offering, the things that we're having to research on what we can touch and can't touch and how close we can be to people. It's going to take us just a bit of time to figure all of this out. So here's my ask. Please be patient. Please trust your staff and your leadership to do this in the most effective way possible. And again, be patient because we don't want to move too quick with this. Our prayers for my friends, for Brian with Crown Healthcare, for Trey with Mobile County Jail. We don't want to see this taking hold here. They are struggling every day, not just to contain, but to deal with the emotional aspects of what this disease does to a facility. And so I'm asking you to pray for them in particular because you know Brian's face, and you may have seen my friend Trey on the news. Let's be careful. Let's be patient. Let's not get out there too soon, especially if you're over 70. Let's gloves, let's mask. And I know some of you have seen me at Walmart and I haven't had my mask on. I'm going to do better with that. When businesses open up, the risk is going to be big still. This is not over. So be patient with us, please. And know that it's Monday and a day is dawning when we can meet together again. And your church staff and leadership, we are moving quickly as possible to that end. And we'll keep you posted. In the meantime, keep texting, keep calling. In particular, that person you don't ordinarily call or text. I'm hoping you've taken your directory, you've gone down the list and said, hey, I don't know them, or I don't usually call them, and that's your soul. That's the one you contact. Duffy and I think that's very important, and we very much care about each of you, your health in particular, as well as your soul. It's Monday. Be patient. Be careful. Be kind to others. And know that we'll be back together shortly, as soon as possible. Make it a good evening, please. Bye-bye.